Well, the rain does not stop the fun here at Fort Myers Beach, and today we're talking about the American Sand Sculpting Championship, November 21st through the 24th, and we're getting to visit with the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, Mayor Dan. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a little gloomy, but that keeps everything green.
I love that. We are resilient here in Fort Myers Beach. We love the rain. We can deal with it. Tell me what the American Sand Sculpting Championship means to you. I know that you've been here for many years. I know that you've been a resident. Now you're the mayor. I know that you have been resilient along with many of the people that live here. We'd love to hear about what this event means to you.
Yeah, this is an event that my wife and I have volunteered for many times in the past. Obviously with COVID and then the hurricane, it hasn't been around for a while, but it's always been a beloved event on the island. People come from all over the country and all over the world to come and see this. So the fact that it's coming back in November is going to be a very good boost to our economy, as well as I think lift some spirits of the locals that like to come and see it. So we're excited that it's back. We're excited to see the people again, and rain or shine, we're looking forward to them being here.
I love that, rain or shine. Now, you guys have been through quite a lot over the last few years with Ian and with Debbie, and I know that you suffered quite a bit. I know that you personally went through a lot. Share with me what it really means that you guys have built back and the resilience of this community. I see how close everybody is, and tell me what, what they went through and how proud you are of everybody coming back.
Yeah, obviously after the storm there was a lot of what just happened, what just hit us, and where do we go from here, and I think that people went through different stages of grieving, right? Whether it was for insurance, whether it was FEMA, whether it was a lost loved one. Obviously everybody lost their belongings that lived on the island, so it was a little difficult at first, but I think it was important that people understood that the sooner you get out there and the sooner you get back to cleaning up, the sooner we'll get back to whatever normal is going to be down the road. And it quickly caught on, and I think the positivity that was spread around, and I've always known this island has been resilient and very strong-willed, and even if you don't always get along with people, in times like that, after that storm, you got to see it wasn't about pride, it wasn't about egos, it wasn't about economic status, it was about making sure that people understood that Fort Myers Beach was going to be back, and I think we got that message out fairly quickly, and now almost 2 years later, I think you've got to see the growth of businesses being back. Every street on the island's got a house going up on it. There's a long list of people that have got permits that are starting to build houses, so you're seeing it come back. I think it's going to be stronger than it was. It's going to look a little bit different, but events like the sand sculpting are obviously things that we want to keep around with some of the other events that we have throughout the year, the Songwriters Festival, things like that. So all that brings in a different group of people every month, and that's kind of our goal, is to try to have something every month that brings people down to see what we get to see when we live here. It's such a fun, eclectic, vibey place to be, and even though the buildings may not be here that you remember before, the people are still here, and the people that work within the buildings and are still earning their living here are still working hard. So we encourage everybody to come down and enjoy the beach. The beach still looks beautiful. The water's still beautiful. There's just a little better view from Estero Boulevard now.
I can see that. That's amazing. Yes, the beach here is so gorgeous. Share with me, I know that you were a volunteer. Before you were mayor, you were very involved with the city of Fort Myers Beach. Share with me what it's like to be a volunteer at this amazing event.
Well, it's a lot of hard work, but nothing comes easy, right? So it's a good event leading into what is kind of the kickoff to the season, and Thanksgiving. So it's a lot of work by both the chamber, by town staff, by obviously the people that have booths in there, and of course the people building the beautiful sand sculptures. But what you get to see when you come down is that it's kind of like I'm from Minnesota, so the Minnesota State Fair is a very big thing, and it's kind of like a smaller version of that with the food and the people walking around and the interaction, and usually it's much like the state fair. It can either be extremely hot or it can be really comfortable, so you never know until that hits. But it's to be on the volunteer side of it and now be on this side of it, you really get to appreciate how much work goes in from both sides of it, and being on this side of it now, you get to see the appreciation that people have when they come down. The kids have fun building something, and you never know. We're talking at the town about maybe getting our staff out there to put some kind of sand sculpting together to see if we can drive a little spirit and a little community participation.
That's awesome. I know that there are so many professionals that are coming to this big event to be able to display their talent of sand sculpting. Share with me some of the stories of past, things that you thought were really fascinating from some of the artists that will be here and that have been here in the past.
Well, just the magnitude of some of these. If you haven't had a chance to go on and look at some of the past things that they've done here and in other places, to me it's pretty amazing. It's art, and to see how they get it to stick together. And when you're kids growing up, you grab buckets and you do things, but to see how they get it to stick together and just the creativity and the vision of some of these things, you wonder like how. I'm not the most creative person on the planet, so to see how someone can have a vision and then take it to a final sculpture like that is really, really impressive.
That's awesome. And what I'd love to know, because I see and feel such a family environment here in Fort Myers Beach, there are a lot of people from other places around the country, and it really depicts such a beautiful American town. Share with me what you love about Fort Myers Beach, and why did you come here to live?
Well, it's the epitome of a small town feel, right? It's everybody knows everybody. You run into people at the grocery store. You run into people out for dinner. We're only a 7-mile island, so you get to know a lot of the people. In season, obviously, it balloons up to a much more a crowd than we normally have. But it's fun to see people coming down. People work their entire year to save up to come down and enjoy what we get to enjoy every single day. So it's very important for us to make sure when they come down, they have a pleasant experience. They get to do things like the sand sculpting and things like that, because they're spending a lot of money and they're spending a lot of time. They can go anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and they choose to come here. So I think when they get here, they understand what brought me here was when you sat down, you didn't know who you were sitting next to. Nobody wears wealth on their sleeve. Nobody, nobody's in it for themselves. They're just kind of here because they like to laid back. And a lot of the people that live on the island could afford to live anywhere they want to live. They could live in Sanibel. They could live in Naples. They could live in Marco. They could live anywhere they want. But they chose here, and I think they chose that because of the people that are here and the vibe that you get in the community and the familyness. If it is, it's like one big 7-mile family is kind of what it is. And when you come in, the interesting thing is when you first move down here, you first get onto the island, your first initial feeling is like, well, it's kind of hard to break the ice. It's hard because people are so protective of everyone that you're not going to just be able to come in and bulldoze everybody. Once people know who you are and they accept you, you're part of the family, and you now become part of the bigger community and the bigger family, and we welcome everybody to come down. There's a lot of places you could build a house. Come on down.
I would love for you to just share with the audience.
Yeah.
Give them a quick invite, because you're the mayor.
Yeah.
And an invitation from you would be just so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And share with the audience what you want them to do, and why you want them to come.
Well, November 21st through the 24th, obviously that's the kickoff to Thanksgiving. That is the sand sculpting that we have now back. Thank you. After so many years of being gone, we certainly welcome you down. We've got plenty of businesses that are open and welcome, are ready to serve you, ready to help you. The beach is beautiful. It is a little rainy today, but again, that's a liquid sunshine. So we will certainly take that. So we welcome you down. Frequent the businesses. You'll certainly have a good time. You'll more than likely see me out there running around every single day, because that's just what we do. I don't know that I'm going to build a sand sculpting feature, but you never know. I've been known to do some crazy things. But if you want to come down and you want to build something, let me know. You can easily find me and reach out to the chamber, or reach out to the town, or reach out to me directly. I'll be more than happy to come down and say hi and show you around and do some things and answer any questions that you might have. But come down and support our businesses. Come down and see our beautiful island, and who knows, you might be the newest resident.
That's great. Awesome. Don't forget, it is on November 21st through the 24th. You can check out the chamber and all of the events that are there, and we look forward to seeing you guys there at the American Sand Sculpting Championship. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.